Hi, this is Johannes Krieger with senshi-knives. In this video I will show you how I built this 12cm utility knife with a rainbow pencil handle. I will firmly focus on the handle making process in this video, and I will show the making of the blade, but really just briefly, and will not dive deeper into that. I start out with this little rig I made, using my Dremel tool to cut the pencils in roughly 3 cm long pieces. I continue with stacking them up really neatly in this casting form, but I forgot the clean film, so I had to do it all again, off camera. After I mixed up some white resin, it is poured into the cast and the air is sucked out of my vacuum chamber. This leaves no bubbles or voids in my final handle block after I repressurized the chamber. The cured handle block is removed from the cast, and now I just need a blade to put it on. As I previously said, I will just very briefly go over the blade making process, starting with cutting the blade from a piece of O1 steel before finalizing the profile on the melt sander. The pins are cut and I poke the holes for them into the tank. After the blade is heat treated and tempered, I take care of the bevel grind and make sure the spine is nice and comfortable. As usual, I don't spend much time showing you the hand sanding process because it's boring. Completely in contrast to me etching in my maker's mark. With the blade now finished, it's back to the handle block, and I start with fixing the blade to the top side to drill the holes. As I'm finishing the holes, I put the pin in to secure the blade in position to make sure nothing moves, as the tape isn't strong enough to guarantee that. While the pins are inserted, I mark the outline of the tang on the handle block and remove most of the excess material before beating the piece in 2 equal halves. Okay, now it's time for the glue up. I've roughed up the entire tang area here so that the glue can grip better in and make a tighter bond here. Let's test it. Just fit it up dry so I can see if anything isn't fitting as intended. That looks good. I just need to fit that here. And as you can see, just as I wanted, it fits perfectly. So I can reset everything. So let's check everything again. I have my clamps here on the side. They are ready to be used. And I have my 2K epoxy here. I've cut those on the top here, you can see. I cut them open because they have different viscosity. And so if I just push on both of them at the same time, I push one, that with the less viscosity out more than the one with the higher viscosity. And so I just don't get the right amount of each component, and the epoxy doesn't harden properly. So I just eyeball it here. And start mixing. This is really important to get right, because if not, you got some really bad parts in there which will be not hardened, and you could end up just tearing the handle apart and doing the entire handle material from ground up, and it's definitely not worth it. I'm first starting with the pins, just getting them a really deep dip in there. So I just spread the glue nicely here. I don't do the blade as well, just because I just push it down as hard later that there won't be any air gaps in there. So now the last bit. Normally I have some G10 spacers in there, which makes this entire process a little bit more time critical. Just like you can put some in here. Now I can already feel that the glue is getting a little bit more viscose, and so I need to put that down pretty fast. And I've tested it, so it should just work. And I clamp it down. So you can see now all the glue coming out of there. Just getting you guys a little bit closer here, so you can see that better. Yes, there comes all the glue out. It's nice. So, and the epoxy is cured. I established this flat surface here on the glue up with the clamping down on the table. That's always really nice for the first few steps, because it's my only really flat surface here. So I start out with sculpting the handle material to the tang of the blade. So it's now off to the handle sculpting. I like to start out this process with just cropping off like this area here. I always orient myself on this pin here that's perfectly in the center of the blade, and something like 4 to 5 millimeters right here. Always just estimate. In order to do this, I press the entire handle with a slight angle right on here, and always need to watch the blade here, because if I nick the blade here, the finish on the blade is ruined, and I'm not really able to refinish that. So let's do that. Now I have this cone here established, and now it's onto the back side here. I like to do this with these wheels here. I will just correct your positioning right now, and I make this like I push it in just here on this position here, and then start pushing it out into the center, just like that. And for the end, I need to turn it a little bit so that the area here is just flowing with the handle here and with its positioning. Now I'll just round over the edges to start off the final step here. So here we go, after I just rounded everything a little bit over with a Dremel, I'm now onto the 180 grit sandpaper. It's a little bit different here than with the other ones, because normally I use hardwood, but this is very, very soft wood that they used in this pencils. so it's not that easy to grind it. I mean, it goes really fast, but it's also very fast. There are mistakes then, because the wood is softer than the epoxy and the center of the pencils. That gets a lot faster grinded off. So I get a little bit of problem. I have a little bit of wavy here because of the Dremel that I need to get out with the sandpaper, but normally that works pretty straightforward. Just putting it on there and sanding away. I think I'll just give you a little time lapse here, so you don't need to watch this in real time. Now it's on to the 400 grit. I think that's the last one. I just want to get the big scratches out, and I think anything that goes finer will just result in a very dirty look on the wood, and I don't want that. So back to it. I think it's one enough. Does it work? After this very satisfying oil up, only sharpening is required to move on to the final beauty shots. Okay, wow, that came out pretty nice, although I had actually some doubts along the way, but I don't think I will do that again. The handle material is so different in hardness that there are still some small dents in the handle that I can't eliminate completely, and the mines are still able to color literally everything. So, and the wood is also very sensitive to literally everything, and maybe a coat of resin would eliminate those problems, but I really don't like that surface finish for kitchen knives. It's just, if it gets a little wet, it's just so slippery, and it's really not good for kitchen knives altogether. So let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making it, and as always, have a nice one. Bye.